ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। सुमुखश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लम्बोदरश्च विकटो विघ्नराजो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षः फालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्डः शूर्पकर्णो हेरम्बः स्कन्दपूर्वजः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। यस्य द्विरदवक्त्राढ्या पारिषद्या परस्सतं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय अक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वभूतहिते रतं वेदाब्जभास्करं वन्दे समाधिनिलयं मुनिम्। जन्माद्यस्य यतः अन्वयात् इतरतश्च अर्थेषु अभिघ्नः स्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायः आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत् सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र सर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मः प्रोचिधकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सताम् वेद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम्। श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैः ईश्वरः सद्यः हृदिः अवरुध्यते अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषिभिः तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि भावुकाः। यं प्रव्रजन्तम् अनुपेतम् अपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरह कातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवः अभिनेदुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिम् आनुतोऽस्मि। यः स्वानुभावम् अखिलसुतिसारम् एकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतितीर्षतां तमोन्धम संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यम् तं व्याससूनुम् उपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। Now with Bhagavan's anugraham, let us continue from where we left off yesterday. We came up to slokam number 31, Adhyayam 6 in Skandham number 4. Vaidurya Krita Sopana Vapya Utpala Malinihi Praptam Kim Purushaihi Drushtva Ta Arat Dadrusuhu Vatam. Ta there they were coming, saw Kailasam, and then they saw the two extremely divine, exuberant two rivers, Alakananda, Nanda. We call Alakananda today Alakananda, the Ganga basically, right? But as soon as it touches the ground at Rishikesh, near Badrinath, which I shared with you yesterday, where the Alakananda are, Kailasamalai, Kailasa Parvatam, is actually not far from there, from where Badrinath is. It's a little bit northeast of where it is from in our today's direction. So they're all in the same area. So Kailasam, the whole area was Kailasam. Then a little bit part of Badrinath, it's that Alaka and Nanda, those two rivers that you can see that we talked, I mentioned to you about the Swarnarohini, that is the pathway going towards Kailasam, going towards Bhagavan. That's where the Pandavas and Draupadi went, right? I shared with you all that. And so in that, here, accompanied by Brahma, all the Devatas in order to propitiate and surrender to Bhagavan, Shiva, for the dishonor and the disrespect and the derision that they have given him during the Daksha Yajnam. the only pathway is to fall at the feet of Bhagavan. You don't even have to ask for forgiveness. Bhagavan doesn't have to forgive like a mother. But if you sincerely repent it, Swami says that is enough. That very moment that is done, that's gone. But you must sincerely repent it in the depth of your heart. Wherever you are, Bhagavan knows. Immediately, that is, in our language, limited language, we call it as being forgiven, but that is eradicated. Because the purity sets in. That's what Swami wants. Always refining us, purifying us. Purification means two things: strengthening the good impulses and weakening the bad impulses. Both are important. We're removing, diluting the impurities and removing them. That's also important. So they crossed through the beautiful forest. When Alakapuri, then they saw this Alakapuri. The forest itself is called Saugandhikam because it derived its name from the lotus flower called Saugandhikam. That lotus flower was there with divine fragrance. Because of that, the whole forest was called Saugandhikam. Past that forest is where Alakapuri was. And we saw a beautiful description of not only Kailasam, but not only of the forest, also Alaka, Nanda, what was happening there in the rivers, and in the Alakapuri itself, how the buildings were, etc., how the mansions were there. Right? All those things were beautifully decorated, and how it appeared. And as they crossed Alakapuri and further, they saw Taha Arate Dadrusuhu Vatam. Beyond that, Arate, not too far from there, Vatam Dadrusuhu, they saw an Alamaram, a banyan tree. Up to that point, we came. Now we'll take up from Slokam 32, and with Swami Sanagraham, we'll go all the way up to Slokam 39 today. Let us see what his will is. 32. Saha Yojana Satot Sedaha Padona Vita Payataha Paryak Kruta Achala Chayaha Nir Nidaha Tapa Varjitaha Saha Yojana Satot Sedaha Padona Vita Payataha Paryak Kruta Achala Chayaha Nirnidaha Tapavarjitaha. Padangal are simple. The meaning will take up Sagarthangal, Slokam number 32. Saha, that Vatam, that Alamaram, that banyan tree, what was it like? Yojana Sata Utsedaha. Ut means growing up. Yojana Sata, 100 yojanas, about 8 in our current language, approximately 800 miles tall. Okay, that's what Sedaha, the going tall, it is tall, about 800 miles. Then, Patona Vita Payataha. Padona means, see, we say Pada Una. Now, when we say Unam, somebody has got a leg that is affected or whatever, Tamil, we say Unam. Unama irukku. So immediately we think, if one leg is affected and all that. Actually, Unam means less, something that is missing. Okay? So here, Pada Unam means 1/4. So I'm giving you a little bit so that you can begin to enjoy the Sanskrit Bhasha and the Padangal and the Sabdangal also. So 1/4 less than Sata Yojanam. 1/4 less than refers to Sata Yojanam before. So 1/4 less than Sata Yojana is 75, right? 1/4 less than 100 is 75. So it's 100 Yojanas tall. Padona Vita Payataha. Now, it is the Paryak Kruta, that is important. The Vitapa Ayataha. Vitapa means the branches. Ayataha means to spread out. So the branches of the tree are spreading out 75 Paryak all around, all around, they are spreading. For how long? How long is that? It is about 75 yojanas. That is about 600 miles. So approximately 800 miles tall and 600 miles wide, if you want to call it, spread all over. So I hope we begin to relate to the Samskrita Sabdangal and Bhasha. It is very, very divine. Once you apply your mind to it and start entering into it, you will really, really enjoy and benefit even more. Saha yojana sata utsedaha padona vita payataha paryak kruta. Okay, kruta means it's made like that. Achala chayaha. Achala means steady. And what is steady? Chayaha, the shade. It's a beautiful shade. Just imagine an alamaram like this. So tall, so wide, and such a beautiful, steady shade. Shade is not wavering and all that. Now, when you have such a shady tree, what you normally would expect is birds also will come there and stay. It is normal. We all see in our life. So they will put their nest there and they'll come to spend the night. And when the birds are there, there will always be noise. They'll be making all kinds of noise. So here, Achalat Chayaha, Nirnidha. Nirnidha means Nirnidaha, without any nest. There is no bird nest there. The next one, Tapa Varjitaha. Nirnidaha, Tapa Varjitaha. Now, Tapa means heat. See, when there is so much shade, Tapa Varjitaha, without any heat. That means it's very cool, very shady, and very silent. Such a huge tree, alamaram, that they saw. Saha yojana satot sedaha padona vita payataha paryak kruta achala chayaha niraha tapa varjitaha. See, the same thing we say in English or Tamil or local language, how beautifully it is expressed in Sanskrit. Right? Number 33. Tasmin Mahayogamaye Mumukshu Sarane Suraha Dadrusuhu Sivam Asinam Tekta Amarsham Iva Antakam. Tasmin Mahayogamaye Mumukshu Sarane Suraha Dadrusuhu Sivam Asinam Tekta Amarsham Iva Antakam. Dadrusuhu means to see. We saw that Dadrusuhu is a plural way. They said they saw. Okay, not he sees or she sees. They saw, plural. Dadrusuhu. Tasmin, in that tree, under that tree, whatever way you want to call it. By the way, I sent you a picture today that is from Bhaktivedanta movement, ISKCON. It's a beautiful picture that describes this particular scene we're going to talk about. You see the alamaram there. And what's going to happen? Sivam Asinam, Bhagavan Shiva is seated there. Okay? In that, Dadrusuhu Sivam Asinam. They saw Shiva, Lord Shiva seated there. Tasmin in that. Now that alamaram, when it is like that, Maha Yoga Maye. There's lots of yogigal. Maha means groups of yogigal. They're all there. Suraha, Dadrusuhu, the Devargal saw, and the Maha Yoga Maye, Mumukshuhu, desiring mukti, desiring freedom from the cycle of birth and death. So lots of yogigal are present under the tree doing dhyanam. Dhyanam, controlling the mind and placing it in Bhagavan's lotus feet. Manmana bhava, mad bhaktaha, matyaji, mam namaskuru. Those 4 steps, they were doing that. And mumukshuhu sharane, to surrender. Sarvadharman pratyajya mamekam sharanam braja. Giving up everything to Bhagavan and desiring only moksham. Even that Bhagavan will take care, okay, as Prahlada said. So, Suraha Dadrusuhu, Tasmin Suraha Dadrusuhu, in that tree, the Suraha, the Devas who were coming there, they saw all the yogis seated there doing dhyanam, desiring liberation. Also, Shivam Asinam, Bhagavan Shiva was seated there. And how did Bhagavan look? Tyakta Amarsham. Amarsham means anger. Tyaktam, devoid of that. Bhagavan Rudra is Rudra Swarupa. Okay, when the Pralaya Galam comes, is Rudra Swarupa, one of anger, tremendous. Nobody can even face it. That is Bhagavan. That is Parabrahman doing that. At the same time, look at Nataraja, Ananda Tandavam, isn't it? The whole Pralayam, the whole, not Pralayam, the whole Prapancham is a dance of Bhagavan Shiva. Such a beautiful thing, it's so attractive. We're all seeking happiness in that temporary thing and that dance, but we forget the dancer. That's where the problem is. But the dancer put so many dance steps, so many things, so many mudragas, so many way he appears in so many costumes and all that. We get enchanted, enamored by it, and we forget the dancer. The whole prapancham is nothing but cosmic dance of Shiva. So Anandam it is, because he gives us happiness. So many things we enjoy, even though we complain, which we should never do. So many things he has given us, so that we can enjoy them, be happy. Very easy. Okay? And so that dancer is, that's also Shiva. That's Ananda Tandavam. That's one of happiness. When I turn my mind to that Bhagavan Shiva, it is bliss itself. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. Now, in the Pralaya Kalam, it is one of tremendous anger. Like recall the Viswarupam, the final Viswarupam that Bhagavan Krishna shows to Arjuna. You know, how frightening, terror-striking it is. That is the Rudra, that is the anger form. So, Tetam Amarsham, completely devoid of that anger, Shivam Asinam Dadrusuhu, the Shiva who is seated there, they saw that Shivam, that object, Shivam Dadrusuhu, and that Shiva was Asinam, he was seated. Now, how did he look? Antakam Iva, as if the end of time itself, completely still, the whole banyan tree, everything is still, pure, silent. Yogigal are all in complete dhyanam, not a slightest sound. Bhagavan Shiva is seated there, so peacefully, majestically as the Antakam. He is the final refuge, the final point, the destination. Beyond that, there is nothing else to be achieved. And he is the end. So they saw him. Tasmin Mahayogamaye Mumukshuhu Sarane Suraha Dadrusuhu Sivam Asinam Tyakta Amarsham Iva Antakam. Now, description 34 and 35, we will take up together. Sanandana Adyaihi Mahasiddhaihi Santaihi Samsanta Vigraham Upasyamanam Sakyacha Bhartra Guhyaka Rakshasam Vidya Tapo Yogapatam Asthitam Tam Adhiswaram Charantam Visvasuhrutam Vatsalyat Lokamangalam. Once more. Sanandana Adhyair Mahasiddhaihi Santaihi Samsanta Vigraham Upasyamanam Sakyacha Bhartra Guhyaka Rakshasam Vidya Tapo Yogapatham Astitam Tam Adhiswaram Charantam Visvasuvrutam Vatsalyat Lokabangalam Sanandana Adhyaihi. Now, under that tree, they saw Mahayogigal, but also they saw how was Bhagavan Shiva was seated there, Parabrahman, appearing as a manifestation, the incognizable. Okay, please remember that. Do not limit yourself to please. The Iyengar and Iyengars, Saivites and Vaishnavites, don't even think along those lines, because that is not correct. That is not true. That's only Maya. That's only illusion. Right? Don't do that. Just listen to Bhagavan. He himself said, the Dattatreya Avataram, it's the same me appearing all these three. For the functions I do. Function of creation, I appear as Brahma. For function of protection, I appear as Vishnu. For the function of destruction, I'm appearing as Shiva. Same entity. So don't ever lose sight of the truth. Okay? Very important, because we've been drilled the wrong way from childhood. You have to be very careful. Okay? So now in that tree, there are Sanantana and all those Chatvaris were present. Mahasiddhargal were all achieved fulfillment in their tapas and the disciplines that they have undertaken. Very santam, very peacefully they are also present. And the Guhyaka and Rakshasa, their leader is Goperan, and he's also the friend of Gukyakas and Rakshakas. So all these people are present there under that Vatam. Okay? So you get a picture of it. Now they're all worshipping Bhagavan Shiva as he is seated there. How did he appear? He appeared peaceful, santam, like an embodiment of peace, embodiment of Santa Swarupam. We forget English translation. Very difficult to say peace. Santam is more than peace. Okay? Santam is bliss itself. Okay? And so Santa Swarupam, that was Santa Vigraham, it says. Okay? And the one who is teaching us through his conduct, Acharya, which is practicing, telling us by his practice what to do. That is called Anushtikar. Anushtikar means you have to put it into practice. And when the teacher does the Anushtanam, when he does the practice, the student can easily learn it. It is illustrated, demonstrated. So what is Bhagavan doing here? Vidya, Tapo, Yoga, Patam, Astitam. He is now Dakshinamurti, the demonstrating the path, the margam of Vidya. And Tapas, also by his discipline, so peaceful, so santam he is, but it's also, just one look at him, if you're following the path of tapas, which is purifying the mind, refining it, always correcting all the impurities and surrendering them to Bhagavan and purifying, lessening the desires, lessening selfishness, etc. So mind becomes more and more pure. That is the tapas. Actually, that is the real tapas, purification of mind, refining mind. And nothing to do with body poses and all that. But that margam is also bhakti margam. Right? Moment is surrendered to Bhagavan, Banmana bhava mat bhakta mat yaji bam namaskuru, mind becomes automatically pure. That is tapas. Yeah, tapa yoga. Vidya, tapo, yoga padam. The infinite ways of embracing Bhagavan, who is present in infinite ways. Whichever way you want, he immediately responds to you that way. No problem. Your ritual, service, or knowledge, whatever you want. Just think of Bhagavan in your mind, he embraces you. You don't have to embrace him. That asitam, that demonstrating all these pathways, margangal. Not only Shiva was being worshipped by these various Yogigal and Siddhargal and Sanantana and all the Chatwarigal who are Nitya Brahmachari right from the birth itself. Brahma, they were the first ones to be created for procreation by Brahma. Recall what we learned earlier. But they refused. Swami We cannot go and do procreate because we have to feel separate from ourselves. No, we don't have any feeling of separation. How can we procreate? Sorry. So they were the very first ones. Remember that. Okay? They are present there. And Kubera is present. And the Siddhargala are present. And Bhagavan is Santa Swarupam. And by one darshan of him, all the margangal, all the pathways, whatever pathway you embark on to embrace and reach him and really embrace him, everything becomes crystal clear because he is demonstrating that. I'm telling you, one look at Avatara Purushan, so many things becomes clear, unbelievable. So, because that Avataram comes there to demonstrate, Rama comes, Krishna comes, so many. And with all the Punyangal, my ancestors did, my parents did, and Bhagavan's Anugraham, I was drawn in to witness an Avataram in action. They're not easy. And only his grace, his Anugraham. But one look at that, so many things become clear. Unbelievable. So just like that, Astitam. And Vatsalyat Lokamangalam, like a divine mother, Vatsalyam with so much love to all of us, to you, me, no differentiation, boy, girl, child, elder person, rich, poor, wealth, scholarship, no scholarship, position, no position, beggar, multimillionaire, no difference at all. Okay? Everybody is suffering. So Vatsalyam, with that love, Loka Mangalam, he gives auspiciousness and protection, and persistently and so patiently and with the forbearance of all the mistakes that I do, all the crimes that I commit in my mind, through my words. But everything he bears and corrects and corrects and corrects and corrects, and giving Loka Mangalam. Refining not only me, refining you, refining everybody, bringing them on the pathway back to home, to be more loving, to be less selfish, to be selfless. Like everything else in creation, that is what he is doing. That Bhagavan, this Suhrutam. Naturally, Suhrut means more than a friend, the well-wisher. He is the well-wisher for the whole world, for everything in this world, right from a earthworm to a tree to a mountain to you and to me, unto a snake, unto a tiger, doesn't matter, to a poisonous snake, doesn't really matter. He is the well-wisher for everybody. That Bhagavan also Adhiswaram, one who not only rules over the whole prapancham, but also the master of all the prapancham, but also the controller. Nothing moves without his will. We have to keep on reminding ourselves. It is so true. It's a statement of truth. It's a Satya Vak. Nothing moves with Bhagavan, without Bhagavan's will. Things happen or don't happen. Either one is Bhagavan. Without his will, it does not take place. So what is my free will then? To turn my mind towards him, to understand, appreciate, and then experience him in everything. That's the only free will I have. Everything else, the what that happens in my life is decided. How I act to what happens is my free will. Okay? So, Adhiswaram, that Charantam, one, Charantam means one who's moving about, but he's not moving about. He's in all places all the time, isn't it? Wherever you call, wherever you think of him, he is present there. That is the meaning of Charantam. For you and me, Chara means to move. Achara means move without any mobility, motionless. Charam means motion, Acharam means motionless. But Bhagavan is present everywhere. But where is he? Like when Prahlada said, Swami is present in this pillar, Yes, Bhagavan appeared there. Does not mean he moved to that pillar from somewhere else. He just manifested himself from that place. So wherever I want him, he will be there. Always please remember that. So that Sarantam, Tam Dadrusuhu, that Sivaperumanai, Dadrusuhu, they saw. So you have a beautiful description of how the darshan of Sivaperuman was handled, was got by them. Let me take through 34 and 35. Sanandana Adyaihi Mahasiddhaihi Santaihi Samsanta Vigraham Upasyamanam Sakyacha Bhartra Guhyaka Rakshasam. Bhartra means protector. The one in this case, it means Kubera. Okay, Guhyaka Rakshasam is also the Bhartra. Vidya Tapo Yoga Patam Astitam Tam Adhiswaram Charantam Visva Suhrutam Vatsalyat Lokamangalam Tam Dadrusuhu. Dadrusuhu is a verb from the previous lokam. So Dadrusuhu is lokam number 33. So they saw him. They saw Sivam Asinam Dadrusuhu. Asinam Sivam Dadrusuhu. There's one seated Shiva they saw. And how was he seated? What was happening there in the tree? That was described in 34 and 35. Tam Dadrusuhu. They saw the Sivaperuman. Like this. Now, next is further description of how Bhagavan, once they saw him, what do? Automatically when you see the Avataram Purushan, you do Anjali only, you do Namaskaram. Without, you may be the most egoistic person, as we saw when Krishna Bhagavan went for the Krishna Dutta as a messenger of peace. What happened in that Sabhai? Duryodhana, Dussasana, Sakuni, they all had a stratagem. They said, this Krishna is coming, we will dishonor him, we will disrespect him, we will humiliate him. And when he enters, we will not welcome him. We will not acknowledge his presence. See, when somebody comes, immediately you receive them hospitably, you get up as a sign of respect. And Dussasana said, we will not get up from our seats. That's enough, the sign of disrespect to him. Absolutely indifference, So when Krishna enters that Sabhai, without them realizing it, all these people, Dussasana, Karna, Sakuni, Duryodhana, everybody immediately got up from their seat as a sign of respect. This is what Bhagavan does. There is no exception to this. Impossible. When you go to the temple, doesn't matter who you are, what happens? You become humble. You bow down. Right? You may be the president of the largest country, doesn't matter. You go to you think of Bhagavan, immediately you bow your head, bow your mind and pray. So this is Adhiswaram. So once the Devargal had the darshan of Sivaperuman under the Alamaram, the banyan tree, okay, what did they do? Naturally, they worshipped him. Namaskaram. The both palms are automatically clasped. The head bows down. That is the slokam very beautifully comes in 36, 37, 38 and 39. Again, the description of Sivaperuman. That Sivaperumanai, and the Sivaperumanai, avargal namaskarittanar. That is the main message from the next four slokangas. But the beauty of it and what really transports us to the presence of Bhagavan Shiva seated under the Alamaram is the description. How he is seated, what is happening there. when we go through this, how Vyasa Bhagavan describes this, so you and I, if you listen to this carefully with your eyes closed, you will automatically be present there. It is such a beautiful set of slokangal here that with Bhagavan's anugraham, I will defer this and take this up tomorrow. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Santit Santit Santihi Harihi Om. Now the only reason I'm deferring this is because we have only 7 minutes left in our allotted time, and it is not correct to rush these 4 slokangal through in 7 minutes. So let us enjoy them, wait till tomorrow and enjoy them more intimately. Namaskaram.